Hello everyone, this is Professor Anil R. Chinchawade, working as an assistant professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering. So today in this session we will continue with Java server pages part 2. In the earlier session we have seen how to create servlets and Java server pages JSP. Now today in this session we are going to understand the scriptlet elements. The learning outcomes of this particular session are understanding JSP scripting elements and use them appropriately in JSP code. Also, the next outcome is creating simple web applications using JSP to demonstrate use of JSP scripting elements. So the scripting elements provide the ability to insert Java code inside JSP. So JSP makes our life easier in writing the web applications, but the most important thing is how we are going to insert Java code inside a JSP. So there are three types of scripting elements that we can use. The first one is scriptlet tag, second one is expression tag, and third one is declaration tag. So these three tags will help you to insert your Java source code into JSP. The first one is JSP scriptlet tag. The scriptlet tag is used to insert and execute Java source code in JSP. So when user sends a request, the Java code inside this particular tag, that is angular bracket percentage is opening tag and percentage angular bracket is a closing tag. So whatever source code, Java source code that we write in between will get executed. This particular tag contains a Java code that runs on the server and helps in generation of response. So let us take an example here. So here I have a simple JSP which contains HTML tag, body tag, and body tag contains a scriptlet tag. So here scriptlet tag is used to include a Java statement as output.print, and as a parameter we are passing a string called welcome to JSP, and this particular statement ends with a semicolon and tag ends with percentage followed by angular bracket. So this particular scriptlet tag is helping us to add Java source code. So here no need to think on some of the objects like out, request and response, because these set of objects are default available to us for use them appropriately. Let us take another example where sometimes we read a content in the HTML file and then make a request to any of the JSP. So here we are reading such parameters using request.get parameter and name of that particular field is uname, and copy this particular received data into some of the other variable like string name. So this is how you can get the content of any of the field in the HTML file or JSP file which is received through request. Now upon getting this particular content, we can use that particular content for our business logic. So this is another example where we are using scriptlet tag to add our Java code. Now next important tag is expression tag. So the code placed within JSP expression tag is returned to the output stream of response that we are generating. So there is no need to write out.print or out.println explicitly. So we can use this particular tag for displaying the information on the client's browser. So simply by adding this particular tag, and the tag starts with angular bracket percentage equals to and ends with percentage angular bracket. So inside this, if I write a string, this string gets printed automatically because the content of this particular will be sent to out.print in generation of servlet. So this is how expression tag is used to generate responses. Another example where initially we fetch the data from request object using request.get parameter and mentioning the parameter name, and then using it in generation of any of the output. So this is how you can use expression tag. The last and important tag is JSP declaration tag, where in case whenever we want to declare a variable or a method or any additional classes, in that case we can use this particular JSP tag, and this tag is called JSP declaration tag. These declarations are placed outside the underscore JSP service method by the JSP container, making them class level members of servlet generated from the JSP. Declarations tag starts with underscore percentage exclamation mark followed by your valid declaration statement like int roll number underscore 5 and semicolon. So here I am declaring a variable called roll number of type int having the value 5, and this particular tag ends with percentage angular bracket. Now once we declare it, we can use it under expression tag. For example, in this I have written an expression tag and a message called your roll number is, and appended the variable called roll number. I have created a application with an index.jsp containing set of examples. For example, if I run this particular code, let me run it. So this particular web application demonstrates how these scripting elements are used. So first example, where we are on click of this particular button, we are reaching to another JSP called scriptlet demo.jsp, and I have simply used scriptlet tag to generate this particular output, and the output is welcome to JSP. Let us see what type of code is written under this particular JSP. So scriptlet demo.jsp, where I have used a scriptlet tag and I have used out.print with a valid message, and then I have closed this particular tag. So this is how scriptlet tag can be used. Now second example, where we are reading the content from the client side. So here if I go back to index page, you can see scriptlet demo2.jsp is targeted from this particular form, where I am receiving username from the user using input tag, and then once I click on this particular submit button, I am reaching to this particular scriptlet demo, and in scriptlet demo 2 I am receiving that particular user inputs through request.get parameter, and then copying it into a string called name and then using it in the output generation. So this is how your scriptlet tag can be used. Let us run it. So I go back to second example. If I type my name Anil and if I click on scriptlet demo, it produces the output as hi Anil, welcome here. So this is how you can use scriptlet tag for generating or adding your Java code. Now let us take an example of expression tag. So in expression tag also, if I click on this particular button, it generates a output, but this time I have used the expression tag. So let us see the implementation. So expression demo dot JSP is having an implementation like this, where I have used the expression tag to generate the output. So here explicitly we do not need to mention out.print, because as it is an expression tag, the content will be passed on to out.println in service method of servlet that is created automatically. So this is how we can use expression tag. And in second example, we can see I can use expression tag along with some additional Java code also. So here this particular Java code is responsible for getting the content from the request object, and we are getting the value for uname and then appending it with welcome message. So this is how we can use expression tag. So let us go back and see its implementation. So see the demonstration. Once I click on expression tag, it generates a message called welcome to JSP expression tags. Go back, type your name here. If I type my name, and then if I click on expression tag, it generates the output as welcome Anil. This is the implementation that I have given in expression demo2.jsp. So this is how we can use expression tags. Now finally we have to see an example for declaration demo. So declaration tag is used to declare a variable or a method. So if you see, I have declared a variable called int roll number equals to 5, and then I have used it in the expression tag. Now if you want to verify where does this particular roll number gets created, so what we are supposed to do is we are supposed to check its source code. So view on servlet, and then this is the servlet class generated automatically, and here you can see that, see this is the line number 10 where roll number 5 is declared, and in JSP we have declared it just before this particular message, but as it is an expression tag, the content of this has been passed to underscore JSP service method, and this has been included outside the service method. Let us answer these questions. The first question is, which of the following is the correct syntax for a JSP expression? Pause the video and answer the question. And the answer is, as it is a expression tag, it should follow this particular convention, like angular bracket percentage equals to and ends with percentage angular bracket. Let us take the next question. Which of the following is the correct way to declare a variable in JSP? Read all the options very carefully, pause the video and answer the question. And obviously the answer is option C, because option A is a scriptlet tag, option B is a expression tag, and option C is a declaration tag, and option D is a invalid option. These are the references that are used for creating this particular video. Thank you so much.